What's going on, guys? It's Zoe with No Days Off DFS here to bring you that Monday Night Football breakdown for the Raiders taking on the Green Bay Packers tonight. If you guys are new here, as always, hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already so you don't miss any of the content I'm putting out over here on the channel. And drop a like if this stuff is helping you guys in any way, shape, or form. It means a lot to me. The support is tremendous, and we're going to just keep it rolling. If you guys haven't done so already, we do have NBA preseason going on tonight. I've already put out a video for that. Play pool and cores will be going up shortly later on as more and more news comes out and we can really dial in. If you have not done so already, though, NBA preseason is kind of one of those easy things. If you're paying attention to the news, you know where to look, and you're getting that value in the stuff. When you really find the guys that are going to play the 20 minutes and those good point per minute players, it's definitely a real good thing to take advantage of. You could really get some good takedowns. And tonight, they actually have a pretty good contest over on DraftKings. I want to say it's $10K to first for tonight in the big $15 contest over there. So definitely take advantage of that, guys. It's a really good contest to get into. Just to go ahead and get yourself ready for that NBA season, because it is right around the corner. It will be kicking off towards the end of the month, and I cannot wait. So if you guys are looking for more NBA content, coverage, player pools, breakdowns, things like that, definitely hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of that content I will be putting out. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Football, Packers, Raiders, and all that good jazz. But first, I wanted to look at the winning lineup yesterday that won the Millie. That was with Joe Burrow up at the captain position. If you guys are able to watch the breakdown that me and Easy had did before lock, I had said it, and I'm kind of mad at myself. But he brought up Joe Burrow. He's like, "What do you think about Joe Burrow?" And I clearly, point blank, had said, "I got to see it first to believe it." So, of course, Joe Burrow went out there. He showed me for me to believe it. I literally said I want to see a 303 touchdown, 2 to 3 touchdown game from Joe Burrow before I go to him and actually play him, because I think he's hampered still by that calf. If any game for him to do it, it will be today going up against, of course, the Arizona Cardinals. And what did he go out there and do? 3 tutties, 317 yards, 7 rush yards, of course 1 interception, but got the 300 bonus, and he smadacked yesterday. Paired him up with his boy Chase, who went out there and dropped what Justin Jefferson would have needed to pay off that price tag. 55 fantasy point game. Beautiful. Just chef's kiss. I cannot complain. I love it. If you went ahead and were early to the party for Joe Burrow, congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. Good job. The rest of the lineup, of course, Hall, we talked about it, off that pitch count. Went out there, dominated. His highest rushing yards that he's had to hit for his career. 1 rushing tutty. Really got it going in the second half and just busted it off. It was good stuff from him. David Montgomery, we talked about him. Of course, just the matchup going against Carolina. I think that's going to be a week in, week out thing. Running backs going up against Carolina, they're going to be a staple play. And I really don't see any reason to change off of that, and no reason not to go to there unless it's going to be a running back that's truly split in the backfield carries or something like that. But when you have a workhorse back such as David Montgomery, I see no reason not to go ahead and play them in a position. And then, of course, running backs going up against Denver. We've seen it week in and week out. I want to say the running back going up against the Denver Broncos when they've been on the main slate every single week so far has been in the winning lineup or the perfect lineup. So definitely something else for us to keep track of. Addison, if you weren't going to play for Justin Jefferson, coming down to him was definitely a really good play for you to do. Coming down here to this spot, which is, pretty much what they did right here. And then Chase, we were talking about him. Adam Thielen, just the usage targets, pretty much a mini stack of him and David Montgomery. Really good spot right here. The receptions, 11 receptions, 107 yards, 1 touchdown. It was just just work. Went ahead, put in work. And then if you got the prop play that we had talked about on stream, that was a good one. Go Dirt. I'm going to say I wasn't on our boy Godert here in this position spot. It kind of shocked me that he really got all the targets, receptions that he had and just went off in this game. So I really had no say in this one. It really honestly did shock me that he put up such a high number. But nonetheless, decent play. Our boy Hurts, he was looking towards him. I really was kind of expecting Devontae Smith to possibly have a bigger game. Of course, A.J. Brown still went out there. He put up over 100 receiving yards again. So nonetheless, good spot for him. And then Devin Achane, I know you guys can't see it up there on the stream, but Achane, one of these weeks he's not going to be optimal. 25.5 fantasy points. And the thing with Achane, and I said it on the stream, he's not getting truly the touches. It's because he's breaking off these crazy runs, and that's exactly what he did. Broke off for like a 75-yard run for a touchdown. And is that O-line for Miami? They're good. I gave him that. Is he a good play? I really don't know if Achane is technically a good DFS play, because the touches technically are not there, but he was 31.1% owned in the Millie Maker, which is what is crazy. The ownership for a lot of these plays this week were crazy. Jamar Chase, 20%, David Montgomery, 44%, Hall, 31%. Like, I understand Hall, I understand David Montgomery. Chase, I was so on him, but I mean, shit. it's just crazy. And then, of course, the Jets defense down the bottom, that was a good play right there, especially at the end of the game. The fact that the Jets got that interception touchdown, that sealed the game for them, that was really good. Oh, my bad, it wasn't interception. Fumble recovery touchdown. That was good for them to get that. But honestly, if you guys actually had the Saints in that spot, you would have cashed out better, because the Saints held my Patriots to a full flat-out goose egg. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive into the showdown slate for tonight. I actually got the wrong one pulled up. Hold on one second, guys. Let me get the showdown slate pulled up. All right, so we got the showdown slate pulled up for tonight. I was already ready to go ahead and get into week 6. Go on to next week trying to win that one. But going into tonight's game, we got the Green Bay Packers going to Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders in what should be a offensive game. I think this is going to be another game where we're not going to really see defenses go out there and hammer and do a whole lot, considering that both these quarterbacks, they play decently safe. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's a game manager. Same thing on the other side for Love. Both of them have decent floors. I'll say Love better floor than Jimmy Garoppolo, but nonetheless should be a okay Monday night game. Another game where I do not believe that we're going to see the defense be inside of the captain position or inside of the winning lineups. All right, so starting with the Green Bay side. For the Green, the good thing about both of these teams, which I'll go ahead and say this right now, is that the offense is centralized around legit several players. It's not spread out. It's not up and down. It's not like we're worried about the Kansas City Chiefs or the Jets or something like that. We know where the offense should be coming from both of these teams. So I kind of think getting a little bit different on this one is where it depends on who you want to fade, who you want to go off of. Who do you really feel is the game script of who is going to do what they do best out here in this setting? Now, both teams are pretty much bottom of the league in regards to stopping the run. Bottom of the league in regards to, well, not bottom of the league, but pretty decent when it comes to protecting the pass. So it's really going to be seeing how is this going to actually go. So starting with the Green Bay side, Aaron Jones, I know that he's been dealing with a hamstring injury. Didn't play quite too many snaps last week, last time they were out, but they have had quite some time off since last time they played. The last time that they played was going up against Detroit, I think it was a Thursday night game that they actually had going up against them. So he's had plenty of time off. Hopefully he's actually better. Oh, no, never mind. He's unlikely to play against the Raiders. So that really just tops up Aaron Jones. So Aaron Jones, he is going to be out. I swear I was reading reports that he was going to be expected to play. So with Jones being out, kind of makes me not have love for this this Green Bay's offense, because without Aaron Jones, the offense looks bad. Of course, backup running back, A.J. Dillon, he's going to be the primary guy, but he just send the blocks for feet, too big of some thighs, stay off the cheeseburger, something. I don't know. A.J. Dillon, he's a horrible running back, but of course he's going to go out there. He's going to get the touches. He's going to get the runs. Going up against a okay run defense, he should be able to get yards, but the thing is, he's just not Aaron Jones. I think that's going to lead more for the Green Bay Packers to lean more on the pass. Like I said, Love, decent floor. I don't mind actually playing him inside of the flex position, not someone I would play in the captain. And then, of course, his receiver, Dobbs, Watson, Reed are all going to be in play. If you, of course, have to rank them, Watson technically should be the wide receiver 1. We know that he spent some time injured, hasn't come, just coming back. Saw 4 targets last week, 2 receptions, went for 25 yards, only 10.5 fantasy points, but that's not bad in his first game back. This game right here, plenty of time off, good time to get more integrated into the offense. Should see his snap count go up here in this position. I definitely will have some interest in him and want to play him because he is technically that big receiving threat for the Green Bay Packers. Now, in Watson's absence and Watson's time, there seems to be a rapport that has built between Love and Dobbs. And Dobbs, over the past 2 games, 12 targets, 13 targets, 5 receptions, 9 receptions, and gone for 18 fantasy points in both of those games. 1 touchdown in one of those games, which is really good. I don't mind Dobbs here in this spot again, but if you want to play GPP, you want to take down first, you want to get this Millie to first, you want that, I might be looking more to take more Watson over Dobbs, but Dobbs, he is definitely safe in this position. Reed, wide receiver 3, really not too interested in going down there to him. I will have some interest in Luke Musgrove. Last week, 1 reception, 1 target. Understand, this game, he got concussed. He was out of the game. He played, I want to say, like 14, 15 snaps and was gone. So we'll go right back to him at 7-8. Do not mind if I'm trying to do a stack. Fade the running back. Not going to play A.J. Dillon. Fade Packers defense. Not playing with Packers defense. And maybe I want to go 3-3 type build for this week and go Love, Watson, and running back with Musgrove. Or maybe I just go Love, both Dobbs, and Watson. That could definitely be something that you run here. Going over to the Las Vegas Raiders side, like I said, really no interest in any of the kicker. Nah, I'm not really worried about that. Backup tight end, I'll let everyone else chase that, but understand that he ended up getting the 4 targets, 4 receptions because Musgrove was injured and out, so I'm not messing with that. Everyone else down here on the totem pole really doesn't see enough action or anything like that. Only one I will take a GPP chance on will be Patrick Taylor. He is technically better than AJ Dillon. He is way better than AJ Dillon. In all honesty, and if they ever actually let him loose, he can be used in the passing game. He can technically come out there and be your Aaron Jones, but they have not been letting him do that. Definitely someone I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on, possible to go out here and maybe be my low owned pop off. Give me like that 10 fantasy point type game. I would not mind going out here to Taylor. So definitely something to think about right there in that spot. Going over to the Las Vegas side. Of course, Devontae Adams, let me make sure that you're good to go. Shoulder, he's expected to suit up for today. Didn't practice this week, so that's the thing that kind of has me a little bit worried about Devontae Adams. But if he's going to play, he's going to play. Now, of course, there's some merit for, hey, maybe we don't mess with Devontae Adams. He is messing with a banged-up shoulder. Green Bay's defense, they might key in, focus on him. Man-to-man, probably defend him pretty well. Maybe we go down here to Jacoby Myers. I really don't mind going down here to Jacoby Myers. We already know that him and Garoppolo, they have a pretty good connection themselves. In that, week 1, 10 targets. Week 3, because he missed week 2, 12 targets. So he's getting the targets, the receptions, they can definitely be there. And week 4, going up against Chargers, it was just honestly the Adam show. Adam got everything thrown his way. So him dealing with the banged up shoulder, maybe this is the day we go to Jacoby Myers. Now, that's going to be the cash game. Everyone's going to look at that questionable tag on Devontae Adams. Oh, he didn't practice. They're going to go down here to Myers. GPP, play Adams. Play Adams over Jacoby. That's going to be your play right there. You play Adams over Jacoby if you want to get crazy, frisky, and Adams is probably going to be lower owned. And if you're seeing Jacoby Myers on any sites that you guys get ownership projections on, you're seeing Jacoby Myers is going to be higher owned than Devontae Adams. Go to Devontae Adams over Jacoby Myers. And flip flop if the sites are telling you something different. Josh Jacobs, really do like him here. If you look at what he's done over the first 3 weeks of the season. Let's see, he had 19 rush attempts, only 48 yards. 9 rush attempts, 2 yards. Look at the defense going up against Buffalo. Buffalo, actually really good defense. Pittsburgh, pretty decent run defense. 17 attempts, 62 yards. This Denver game, we already know he should have had way more than that, looking at what Denver's been giving up to everybody. And then going up against the Chargers, decent game, 17, 58 yards, and then also just the 11 targets. So he's being used definitely a lot in the passing game as well. I do like the upside that he has, and I wouldn't mind him as one of my players that will play in the captain position. Definitely has the upside just because he'll be used. And we already know, Green Bay, attack him on the ground. Kill him in the run game. And this could be, honestly, that big 30-plus fantasy point game that we get from Josh Jacobs here. So Josh Jacobs really high on my radar for a play that I'm going to be higher on for today. We'll be overweight over the field. If you're playing MME, we'll definitely have him in almost every single one of my MME lineups if I'm running that out today. Jimmy Garoppolo. Definitely another play that you can go to here. If you're running any of the receivers, running a stack or something like that, definitely wouldn't mind going to Jimmy G. We know quarterbacks on the showdown slates, they typically have a pretty safe floor that we can go to. 16, 9.5, 23.66 fantasy points. Didn't play last week, so we had O'Connell out there, but Jimmy G, he is expected to be back. And if we know anything, he will be attacking his targets, Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers out there on the slate. Kickers, really no interest in. Defense, really no interest in that as well. Hunter Renfrow. So really not seeing the snaps or the targets for him. I know he's technically supposed to be the wide receiver 3, but really haven't seen too much from him over the past several weeks. So gonna be lower on my radar in regards to a play that I want to go to on today's slate. Coming down here down to the cheaper section, the only other wide receiver I might have some interest in is gonna be Wilkerson as a possible play, but that would have been really more if Adams was gonna be out. So really. Honestly, the offense is so condensed for both of these teams. It's really hard to take a flyer on some of these cheaper guys down here. So it's really just going to be the top guys that I'll honestly want to have any interest in at all whatsoever for these guys. So captain consideration, captain's main ones, those are going to be, of course, your Devontae Adams, your Jacoby Myers, Josh Jacobs, and then from the Green Bay side, we'll have some interest in possible Jordan Love as a captain's play, Watkins as Watson as a captain play, and Dobbs would be my guys that I would honestly take as possible captains to go for tonight's slate. All right, so heading over, let's try to look at some props. So going over to Outlier has been a site that I've actually been trying out and using to make plays and stuff for prop betting. I really do like the layout and the setup that they have. Granted, of course, this little trends tab, it gives you a couple of trends that are going on inside of the NFL season. And I really just like some of the things that they have. So, of course, Josh Jacobs has failed to exceed 3.5 receptions in 7 of his last 8 games as a favorite. I know he just went off in those last couple games, but you can go through here. You see the Vegas odds, the best books that they actually have pinpoint for some of these. Then you can actually go over here to the prop finder. Go down here. It gives you all the props. And this is going specifically for sports books. This is not necessarily tailored to Underdog or Prize Picks. But you can come in here, go down to some of the props that we actually have over there on Prize Picks and see pass attempts, pass completions, passing touchdowns, passing yards, receiving yards, receptions, rush receiving yards, rushing attempts, rushing yards, and then the tackles and sacks. And then my best way, what I actually find has worked for me, I'll sort by the implied odds. So this is the implied probability of conversion of the betting odds into a percent. So pretty much out of 100, this has a 67% chance to actually hit. And, you know, I like to look at it, looking at 2023 season. Of course, you can look at last season, the last 10, last 5. But I will go by the 2023 season since, you know, that is actually what kind of matters here in regards to how these players have actually stacked up and done. Gives us the defensive ranking for the opponent and how they actually would fare and do going up against these position spots. So scrolling through, Hunter Renfrow under on his 2.5 receptions. It's a minus 200 favorite over on FanDuel and DraftKings. He is 100% on the season for going over under that, and also 80% on the season. Let's see if we actually have Renfrow over here on Prize Picks. Nope, they only have his receiving yards over here on Prize Picks, so that wouldn't be one that we would actually be able to take. Scrolling down. I'm gonna find one real quick. All right, so going back to Hunter Renfrow, I actually found one that actually adds up and matches up. So going to the tool, just scrolling down, going through, looking, okay, cool, 75% hit rate, going up against 11th rank passing defense. Hunter Renfrow, 17.5 receiving yards. So if you actually go over on Prize Picks, we're actually getting a 1 yard boost pretty much in regards to the difference, and this is comparing it on the sports book. So he's technically listed at 17.5 on the sports books to go for his yards, and it is favoring his under right now. It's a minus 119 for the under for him, and looking at it on the season, he has gone under this in 1, 2, 3 out of the 4 games that they've played. That one game going up against Buffalo, he actually went over. And just going a little bit further, something that I actually like to look at and do, just come down here. You can't see fully down over here on my screen, but Davante Adams, he gets the majority of the targets, and I like to look at the pecking order of who's getting the most targets out here for the team. So it's going to be Davante Adams, Jacoby Myers, Josh Jacobs, Amir Abdullah, the backup running guard, and then is Hunter Renfrow. And over the past 4 games that they've had so far this season, he's only had 7 targets. He's getting a 5.3 target share of the team's targets. So why is that important? Kind of helps in regards to knowing what you're going to get in regards to taking a under on a player or a over for a player. So now we look at it. How often do the Raiders actually pass? They're passing on 60% of their plays. That's not bad. That would definitely come in handy, especially if we're looking at a over prop or something like that. I really would rather get a prop that's going to be on a team that passes quite a lot if I'm looking for the overs or anything like that. Now, normally I probably would just be a little hesitant on this, but the next one that I like to go check out is going to be the receptions to his targets. So he's only seeing 1.3 receptions, and that's out of the games that they played so far this season. Now, this game right here, this is without Jacoby Myers. I'm not without Jacoby Myers. This is without Jimmy Garoppolo playing. Jimmy G didn't play in this game. So, but in the games that Jimmy has played, he's not really looking his way. 2 targets, 1 targets, no targets. So definitely really feels like this favors the under for Hunter Renfrow here in this spot. And there's a possible decent play that we can actually take Hunter Renfrow under the 18.5 receiving yards. Like I said, already over there on Vegas, technically they have him at 17.5, so maybe not a bad play that we can actually take right there. Now, if we're looking for a possible overplay that you can take, I'll give you guys another one. Just scrolling through. Let's see if we can't find another one. All right, so coming over here, we're going to look at Jacoby Myers for his over 49.5, his rush and receiving yards. We do know he does get a little bit of rushing work as well. He can mix in there. So the Green Bay Packers, they're only allowing 155 rushing yards, and then they're only allowing 216 receiving yards. Now, the reason why I went ahead, I picked this play right here specifically is because already thinking maybe Davante Adams, he gets shadowed or some way, shape, or form. We could possibly see more looks, more targets coming that way for our boy Jacoby Myers. Now, if you look at the 2 games that he actually played, playing with Jimmy G, 81 and 85 rushing receiving yards in both of those games. The game without Jimmy G, only 33. So definitely going to go right back there. His rush shares, he's not really seeing any. Oh, wait, is this even over on Prize Picks? Let me make sure of that. Hold on, guys. All right, so only his 50 receiving yards. So either way, still, I'm going to take the receiving yards for Jacoby Myers. Let's see if I can actually. Receiving yards, here we go. All right, so over those first two games, of course, 81-85, and this is, of course, with Jimmy G playing. In this last game, of course, that was with O'Connell playing, so was not here. The targets, they are definitely going to be there for him. He is seeing 10, 12 targets in the two games that he actually has played with Jimmy G. Last game, only 4 targets. That was with O'Connell. So I'm going to go right back to the well in the fact of Jimmy is actually quarterbacking. He is here. He is going to look to one of his top 2 targets right here out there on the field. And if they want to stay in this game, they are going to have to pass. He has a 60% hit rate so far in his last 10 and last 5 games, and a 64% hit rate over the 2022 season, which would have been last season. He is what? I want to say even money. Yep, he is minus 115 on the books to hit the over. Want to say this is even across the board, but definitely do like Jakobi Meyers to go over that 50.5 receiving yards. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys got a little something out of this video. Kind of a little bit longer than what I wanted to, but if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Check out the Patreon for all the player pool and everything that I'm going to be putting up later on today. I wish you guys all the best of luck. Hopefully someone takes something down, and I will see you guys in the winning circle. And I got some pretty good answers in regards to what would you do if you won the 500,000. Let me see. What would you do if you won the 1 million? If you won $1 million, what would you guys be doing and spending that money on? But all right, it's gonna be your boy Zoe. I will catch you guys tomorrow for another NBA preseason breakdown. Peace.